Castor oil didn't suddenly become popular. Before it went viral, something had to change. And that change didn't start on the label, it started in the process. Castor oil didn't suddenly become popular. It didn't appear overnight. It didn't rise because someone discovered it at the right moment. Long before it reached bottles, routines, and screens, something shifted quietly, far away from labels and promises. Because products don't go viral by accident. Processes change first. They always do. And castor oil is no exception. What most people see is the result. What almost no one sees is the sequence of decisions that slowly reshape a material until it fits the world we expect it to live in. This story doesn't begin with use. It begins with pressure. Before castor oil became a shortcut, it was simply a material, a plant shaped by soil, climate, and time. It wasn't designed to fit routines. It wasn't optimized for speed. Its value wasn't efficiency. For decades, castor oil existed quietly inside supply chains. Harvested slowly, stored carefully, processed without urgency. There was no need to accelerate it, no need to simplify it, no need to explain it. The oil moved at the rhythm of seasons, not schedules. At the pace of growth, not demand. It didn't need a story. It didn't need instructions. It didn't need to promise anything. It was simply part of a longer process that few PLE ever questioned. When demand rises, the plant does not change. The pressure around it does. Harvest cycles tighten. Timelines shorten. Output becomes a priority. What once adapted to weather now adapts to projections. Fields are no longer measured by seasons, but by expected yield. Workers move faster. Schedules become rigid. Margins grow thinner. The plant still grows the same way, but everything around it begins to behave differently. And this is where transformation quietly starts. Not in the oil, but in the expectations placed on it. After harvest, castor seeds don't wait. Between fields and factories, time becomes something that must be managed. Storage conditions change. Transport accelerates. Delays become risks. Stability begins to matter more than character. Uniformity becomes more valuable than variation. The oil slowly loses its relationship with origin and gains a relationship with efficiency. At this stage, nothing looks different yet, but the process has already shifted direction. What was once flexible is now controlled. Inside the factory, castor oil becomes measurable. Pressure, heat, filtration. Machines don't adapt to variation. They eliminate it. Anything unpredictable is corrected. Anything irregular is removed. The oil becomes cleaner, more stable, more uniform. Extraction rewards control, and control reshapes materials quietly. Every pass through machinery moves the oil further away from its raw state and closer to something repeatable. What disappears isn't obvious. It isn't dramatic, but it is permanent. Refinement is often mistaken for improvement. In reality, refinement is about survival at scale. What cannot be repeated cleanly cannot be distributed widely. So complexity is simplified. Edges are softened. Depth is filtered. The oil becomes reliable. And reliability becomes the new definition of quality. What remains isn't better or worse. It is predictable. And predictability is what modern systems depend on. Once refined, castor oil fits perfectly into shortcuts. Simple stories travel faster than complex processes. Instructions replace explanations. Results replace context. The factory disappears from the conversation. The extraction fades away. The process becomes invisible. What reaches the shelf is not the journey. It is the outcome. Clean, stable, easy to explain. The shortcut doesn't begin with the user. It begins with everything that was removed before. What you get isn't good or bad. It is chosen. A version designed to work everywhere, every time. A version that no longer depends on patience, or variation, or time. The real transformation didn't happen in the bottle. It happened long before. The question isn't what castor oil does today. It's what it no longer needs to do. And once you see that, you start noticing the same pattern everywhere. Castor oil didn't change because people started using it differently. It changed because the process around it had to adapt. Understanding a product isn't about knowing what it does. It's about understanding what had to be removed, so it could exist at scale. If this perspective changed the way you see castor oil, stay with the channel. Each story here explores what quietly changes before products reach your routine. Subscribe to continue following these processes, and share your thoughts below. Your perspective may shape the next story we uncover.